This is the very thing that has placed it at the bottom. Bring it back to me. I returned to the second floor. Hopelessly, I started back toward the moment. Then, how do I get there? Passes through the first floor. It just... When I thought for a whilst that you can remain here, always be there. How did you do that? Why couldn't I hear you before? There was another life WWSharona. WWSharona. Hey here, hey here, hey here. This is my very first time trying a British accent, and I picked it for this story. Okay, so let's get into our story, shall we? Once upon a time, there was a vast, living ocean called life, and you and I, we were little waves dancing upon it. We waves existed in a beautiful state of flow. We influenced one another, a constant delicate dance, and we all understood this one profound truth. Amongst one another, we were nothing. We lived freely, joyfully, holding each other dear, but there was another life, a life that existed beyond the surface of the water, beyond the word we could touch, and in a life flowed, just like the outer one, just like the outer one, invisible, mysterious. We didn't know how the two were connected. We only saw the effect on each other. We only felt the ball, and then slowly, quietly, that inner life began shaping the outer one. It drew us apart, separated us, yet still, even apart, even in our separation, we remained linked. Our lives remained entangled. Our choices still touched one another. They still affected one another, but we didn't know, we didn't see. Before I tell you how our story unfolds, we have to journey briefly into this inner world, and step inside it. It has got 3 floors, 3 layers. The highest floor It's the place where our individual waves dissolve and we become the ocean again. There are no questions here, no competition, only a deep knowing of your true place. Love is the alpha and omega of this space, and we float. And we float on its waves. We are all just floating freely on its wave of pure being. Second flow. Second flow. This is the treasury. It's the old wooden chest of our past memories. Inside this box is the heavy package of our beliefs, our doctrines, our experiences, our wants, and even our fleeting pleasures. It appears to be a valuable truth, doesn't it? But, ironically, this is the very thing that has placed a distance between us and the true unity of the third flow. Every time we open it, it's harder and harder to close. It whispers, it calls, it distracts us from what we truly are. It keeps us from remembering that we are actually one ocean, and without each other, just forgotten tiny waves. Just forgotten tiny waves. It's filled with a cacophony of voices. Cacophony of voices, demanding something new from us every moment. Its duty is to remind us that we have a purpose other than our true, forgotten one. This chest must keep us here. The longer we remain, the more we forget that together we are an ocean, and alone we are just forgotten tiny waves. The first flow. This is where a thing called a moment exists. Sometimes people call close my eyes and breathe. When I opened them, I was on the first floor. The moment looked at me with deep knowing. Remember, it said softly. As long as you notice your breath, you can remain here. You can remain here. I looked at the moment, then made my decision. Since the chest won't show me the past, I want to throw it away. I want to forget it the moment, leaning close, whispering, and you know how. Help me, I pleaded. There must be a way. There must be a way. Go back there, the moment instructed. Every event, every memory you feel was your choice. Gently throw it out of the tiny window of forgetting. But if something remains at the bottom, bring it back to me. I returned to the second floor. It was hard. Hard to admit that some memories had been once my choice, but accepted it. I chose compassion over self-blame, and I resisted less. I accepted that, yes, this too was once my choice. It was. I began to softly separate each memory, one by one, one by one. I took each one of them, held it gently, and whispered, I'm sorry, I created you, but now you hold me back, so I must let you go. I must let you go, you must be forgotten. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. And I dropped it out the window. Time passed. I looked down and saw the chest was empty. Nothing remained. Hopelessly, is this envelope? Then your journey is about to begin. The moment said, smiling. The unknown promises to start of a new adventure. Joy surged through me. Joy surged through me. How do I open it? You know the answer. The moment replied. You have always known. Now you just need to remember. Then I closed my eyes again. I breathed, slow, steady, connected breathing. I opened my eyes, placed envelope over my heart, and spoke my truth. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I forget the mission I came here for. Please forgive me and thank you. Thank you for giving me another chance to fulfill it. Love you. And I repeated it. And I repeated it. I love you. I love you. I love you. Then envelope opened. Inside was a set of coordinates. What is this? I asked, confused. The moment said, this is where you must go to fulfill your mission. But I don't know what I have to do. Where do I even begin? Where do I even begin? Just go. It urged. Going opens many doors. As I prepared to say goodbye, a thought struck me. Moment. I wish you could come with me. You are so wise, and I needed your wisdom for my mission. Suddenly, I heard its voice, clear and strong, from within my own body. But I have always been here. Always been here. How did you do deep and challenging. With every step I took, they seemed to grow longer and harder. And all I did was breathe to keep the moment right there beside